If you work in storytelling, brand marketing, advertising, and mass communication, AI is coming for your job. This is no longer a conspiracy theory. This is a fact. Fortunately, the good news is many of storytelling jobs will be secured. How would you know that your job is secured? How would you know if you still have a job? If this is your questions, you have come to the right channel. I'm going to show you how you test if your job is going to survive the AI bubble. So, in my hands are two images of how we see the world around us. So let's start with the one here. This is how we see through the eye of a camera. This is the camera lens. We can zoom in. We can twist the camera to be able to capture more accurately, or we can blur. This is the power of the camera. This is one of the most powerful inventions of mankind. Camera, that is automation. That is skill, producing a skill. As a storyteller, our job primarily is to see the world, to offer our perspective by telling stories, by creating what we call narratives. And these narratives can either be shaped from the eye of a camera, which is about the pixels, or it can be shaped from the human eyes. The human eyes is very messy, but it's shaped by culture. It's shaped by experiences. It's shaped by nuances. It's shaped by things that we call vernacular. It is not language, no. It's vernacular. It's the difference between when a mother looks at you and tells you to leave the room because the visitors or the guests are here, and you get it. Now, for the camera eye, for the AI, it is something here that is missing. And I tell you what it is. AI cannot take responsibility for your mistake, for your content production. AI is just what you twist and what you prompt, and it cannot answer to the question of authenticity. As much as AI is been improved over the years, we're seeing a lot of accuracy, we're seeing a lot of testing, we're seeing newer versions trying to meet up the standard of authenticity. Still, AI can hallucinate. AI can give you a false perspective of the world around you, depending on the people and the people in charge who's translating what AI is trying to say to you. On the other hand, for the human eyes, you have a chance as a storyteller to be a witness, to bear witness to what's going on around the world, to be there, to listen, to feel it, to understand, and to understand the nuances, the vernacular, the language that is being spoken. So, I spent a better part of this week looking at about 24,000 jobs on job posting websites. And of course, I didn't do it with my human eyes. So I have noticed 5 major patterns that are emerging from storytelling jobs by looking at job postings from maybe in the past 3-4 months. Which of this job category is vulnerable to AI? Let's start. Let's not waste your time. Content production. This is about writing. This is about creating. So the question is, can this be done with the eye of a camera, or can this be done with human eyes? You can do both. You can use both to create it. But you really don't need so much of human eye to create a content at speed. Give your AI the prompt, the right prompt, tell it what to do, give it the materials, and it produces the skill. So if you're looking for speed, if you want to just, create content, you want to push it out there, if that is a kind of career your storytelling is looking at, then this is where you want to be. But it is very, very vulnerable. It is a job category that is very vulnerable because AI can produce this at scale. We're seeing AI across Adobe. I mean, in the past, I would spend time to crop a background in my Adobe Illustrator or in Photoshop. Now, all I need to do is to prompt it. I just tell it to do it. With Adobe, Express, I can do anything I want to do and scale it up. The next job on the line, storytelling for communities. These are people that go into communities to tell human stories, and they witness people's lives and they produce these stories. Now, we are beginning to see how this very job, this very, storytelling career can also be enhanced by AI. We're seeing many tools being rolled out, and we are beginning to get to a point where the reality is blurring. We're hearing stories online, news item that we do not understand if it is real or not. We're seeing deep fakes, people actually interviewing people. If you look into your YouTube right now, there will be many YouTube channels that you do not even know if that person speaking is human or AI. We're living in an age where there is a decline. There is a mistrust and distrust in healthcare, in branding, in organization and institution. So if you're a storyteller, this is where you want to build trust in communities. So this is not about you just designing or just doing community research. This is about you building relationships. And the reason why somebody is going to pay you tomorrow for the kind of job you do is because you are able to build relationships. It's not because you are able to design. Laboratory, this is IL is data and insight. Data and insight. Let's look at a real job example, that's just been posted or was posted some weeks. Yeah, this is a job from New York Times. New York Times posted this job 2 months ago from this video. And they are seeking an analyst to join the storytelling team. You can see the use of the word storytelling. So as a data analyst, you're not just doing data, you're doing storytelling with your data. What got my attention here is the last part of the responsibilities. This person must demonstrate support and understanding of our value of journalistic independence and a strong commitment to our mission to seek the truth and help people understand the word. That is the keyword right there. So I ask you, let's put this to the test. Can this job be done by machine or human eye? I would say it's going to be done by both. A lot of data work, it's machine. You can automate that. But the part about the truth, the part about seeking independence, the part about seeking truth in journalism, this is not machine. This is verification of your data. This is why I define this job not just about data, it's about insight. What are the insights you have gathered from your data? So it's not just designing pie charts. It's not just doing nice data diagram or data illustration. It's about finding the truth. It's about helping people to find the truth in what they do. So this job is going to be both. It's going to be that of both, of both the human eye and that of the machine. Now, this is the next job up the ladder. This is strategy, storytelling strategy. They are the one that help the company to take a stand where they belong. They are able to understand the communities, not just understand them, and they're able to adapt, the language of the community, the narrative for, by, with the community. Let's look at a real job example here online. One of the jobs that we look at here is one of the new jobs that came out of Nike. They're looking for a lead global brand narrative in writing to develop strategies, not just writing, not just copywriting, not just storytelling by just designing content, strategies, and plans to promote production services. Your job as a strategist is to make a decision right now as we speak. And it is to be able to influence how the brand will be seen by people in the moment, right now. Decision is about editorializing. So if you want to work in this space, you need to move your game beyond just pushing pixels. And the last job here today that I'm going to look at is the job of system storyteller. The system storyteller. What do system storytellers do? This is one of the latest jobs we are seeing that is emerging. And let's look at a real job title here. And so let's look at, so this is the irony of this. An AI company, Anthropic, the creator of Claude, they posted this job on the internet that got many of us all crazy, like looking at this job title, and not just the title, but the description. And this is the future. This is the future of storytelling. Look at it here. So Anthropic say we're looking for a head of go-to-market narrative to own the strategic storytelling that will define how we communicate our capabilities, our mission, and the transformative potential of Save AI. This is not a traditional marketing role. You will be the voice behind Anthropic's go-to-market strategy. So let's pause there. So this is not about go-to-market strategy. We see that in marketing, where you talk about launch plan, how you're going to do your PR. This is about being the voice of that strategy, the spokesperson of that strategy. What do you think that means? Back to our image, the metaphors of the eye and the camera. If it is just automation, anybody can do it. But this is a time where we're talking about vulnerability. They want that person to be vulnerable. They want that person to make choices that they can stand by. They want that person to be accountable for the persona of Anthropic. They want that person to be able to hold the AI companies, responsible to say, you need to do this, to standards, high ethical standard. This is the job of the future. This is the job of the future for those who are in storytelling. This is where it is not, you are not competing with machine. You are not trying to get the pixels. You are not trying to design. You are not trying to write just a copy. And I laugh when people say, don't use AI to write copywriting. Oh, please. It's like telling people don't use cars because cars kill people. No, people are going to use machine. We are in the age of machine. So we are going to use machine. But there will be people who would have to create the safety belts. There will be people who would have to create the road signs where you have the stop sign. There will be people who would have to create, the moderation, the driving school, where you have to understand how to treat other people on the road. This is where this job comes in, which I call the systemic storyteller. They build systems that outlast the narratives. They build systems the narratives can live in. They are able to define the boundaries. This is not about what people can do when they see your commercial or your campaign. This is about what you as a company can become. They become the mirror for the company to look at themselves to say, is this what we want to be? And ladies and gentlemen, this is what is missing today in many brands, many organizations, many companies. And as we see automation, as we see, mass production of media, as we see storytelling at scale, like we see with the Lego, with all that is going on TikTok, with all that's going on YouTube, we are going to need a system storyteller. A system storyteller is going to help your company or your brand to define your stand, your moral ethic, where you stand about the climate, where you stand about the environment, where you stand about human rights, where you stand about users, your user, where they are. And this is not just telling stories, it's creating narratives, so that when you launch, when you go to market, you can say, this is who I am. Your brand cannot be for everything. Your brand cannot participate in every cultural event just because it's trending on TikTok. Your brand cannot just be part of everything that's going on out there. You have to make up your mind and take responsibility. That is the job of a system storyteller. So, to end, I'm going to ask you, where are you? Is your job automatable? Can it be a lens that anybody can tweak here and there? It's making you feeling responsible for what you're doing. It's making you to think about the future of our children, of our planet. Are you seeing with the human eye, or are you seeing with the camera? If you're interested in my videos and know more about storytelling as a career, and storytelling especially in the age of machines and declining trust, please give me a follow, subscribe.